Today we have Ernakulam District Collector Mohammed Safirulla, who has been actually leading from the front in the rescue and relief efforts. And today he's joined the Hindu to give us an explanation or an overview of what the latest situation is and about the rescue and relief efforts. So,
Last 1 week we were coordinating this. Actually, the last 1 week has been very challenging for our district. We had followed a technical approach in dealing with this particular crisis. We had established the District Emergency Operations Center and the Kanamisheri Rest House. The first important thing that we had to decide was about sourcing of information, because there was a flood of information that so and so place is all marooned, they need to be saved. People need to go there, rescue operations need to be carried out on footing, they are getting submerged, it is neck deep, and so on and so forth. And so many information are coming. So first thing that we did is that we used these sources, which is private source of information, individual citizens, whatever comes to us in various channels, and whatever comes to the District Emergency Operations Center, and whatever comes to Facebook. All these were collated, and then we had to add a processing cell. And for this process, close to 30-40 young people also got involved. So immediately we took two separate helplines and extended that helpline so that it can accommodate 10 live calls in concurrently. So these young people were taking those calls and identifying where the citizens are, if possible the GPS location or approximate location. And that was transferred to our technical cell. And that technical cell gave it to the control unit, which had to determine where these boats had to go. So the priority was given to areas where there was a threat of immediate submergence. For example, if someone was saying, I'm in the ground floor, water is already filling up and I don't have first floor to go, that would be a priority item. If there was a flat system where already 3-4 stories are there, that was given a second priority, because anyway they can afford to go to the second floor or third floor, and thereby giving us more time for the rescue operations also. So this was how that particular channel was categorized. The second thing was that about sending these boats. Initially, we started taking a lot of help from the armed forces. We had 4 army units, 5 NDRF units, 20 Navy units, and 4 Coast Guard units. So all these units with the boat strength close to 30-35 were in the field. But on the first day, we realized that the flood. We realized that we were not making enough dent, enough impact. So the second day, we had to massively hire the fishermen folks, and I'm glad to say that their support was overwhelming. Totally close to 213 boats were there in the rescue operations in the entire district, out of which close to 40 was from the defense forces, and the rest were all from the fishermen. So we had to take these boats. These are all 30 feet boats, not small boats were also there. 30 feet boats from various ports like Topumpudi and then various places, Chellanam and all, and bring them to Aluva and then split up. And some boats which were there in the ports, we send it through the sea to Paravur directly. And the second day onwards, we started making impact there. And third day we started taking more boats, and finally the count was around 220. That was the last count we had, including all the boats which were there in the rescue operation. And on top of it, we had individual boats which private citizens themselves wanted to come and help. They did not wait for the government to ask for help at all. So they came directly, and then they helped. They wanted to help the fellow citizens. That's all. Nothing attached to it. So it was a massive support from the fishermen force which was there. Then the challenge concurrently that we had to face was giving and distributing the food items, because we had some 15, roughly 50,000 people who were stranded, or 50,000 or more rather, who were stranded. So now first day was okay, but second day when the supplies were drying up in their homes or flats, they had to be airdropped the facility. So we got support from 3 Indian aircraft helicopters, and 2 naval helicopters. And 2 naval helicopters were specifically assigned the task of airdropping. Now, again, this call center was of a major use. So, whatever category of issues which are there, we used to divide into two. One is rescue, that is threat to life. Second is food and water not available. Rescue, what we used to do is we would find out the actual GPS location. And after finding the GPS location, we'll give to the our aircraft nodal officers in from IAF and also nodal officers from Navy who were there. So all the GPS coordinates were given, and therefore they will go and find out and rescue. Now, similarly for the food items, all the GPS coordinates for all the food items were given, and they were there, and they went and deposited the food items there. First day we deposited close to 1.2 lakh food packets. Second day it was close to 1.34 lakh food packets, roughly. I'm saying. So, for example, there is a college where 500 citizens are standard. You go and deposit 500 food packets. Now, on the back end, we have to ensure that the food packets are made ready, packed, and packing is so that it is airdrop. It should be safe. So you have to fine tune that cushion had to be there. So we had a huge back end channel at Regional Sports Center where enormous work was done. It was coordinated by Rajmalikam sir and Mohammed sir, and in association with volunteers of Unboard, close to 500 volunteers right now are working there. And if you go there, you can see these people. I used to give the count. At the second day of the crisis, we had to make 10,000 food packets per hour, and because of the tremendous support of all the young, all the people who are there in the city, we were able to achieve. It was a record in sorts. We were able to food drop, air drop. 1 lakh, 1.2 lakh, this food packets on the second day, because that was a crisis. Because second, third day, if you don't, put the food, then you are in a real problem, because the withstanding capacity of the person gets down. The food packet had something like bread or simple light diet or bun or something, one or two ethapalam bananas, and then one water bottle, which was very critical. Water is more important than food actually in these cases. So that was there. Otherwise, people will start drinking polluted water, and then which creates some sort of epidemic. We started depositing that. To create another one level backward supply chain, we had to call for resources. We started the big unit in Regional Sports Center. People, volunteers came, they packed it into units, and then it was deposited. That was on the how we handled it. Now again, at the relief camps, sourcing and all these things were there. Private citizens were supportive, and the elected representatives, nameless leaders were there who wanted to contribute. Tremendous support was there from all quarters. So it was a difficult moment for the entire state and for the state of district of Ernakulam. But I am happy that the citizens were tremendously cooperative, not only from here, from rest of India and Indians across the globe. The support that we received was tremendous. So on behalf, still we are just entering the relief phase. As it is said, first you have a rescue phase, that is save the life. Then you go to the relief phase, shift to the camp and take care of their immediate needs. Then you go to the rehabilitation stage. So it's a long journey. So everyone's support is required, and immediately now the priority is shifting towards relief, providing proper provisions in the camps, and taking care of the health and sanitation issues, because one of the big issues in flood is the water gets polluted. So you don't know which is safe water, which is not. So we are trying to provide safe drinking water. At the same time, the waterborne diseases which are there can rapidly spread, because if there is a contaminated water, it is there everywhere now, and this microorganisms also grow very fastly. So we are staying alert against that. Specific teams have been formed at the district level to address that, and also small issues which come up, like disposing of dead animal bodies. We have identified spaces where this would be scientifically disposed without any issues to the surrounding environment at 3 major places. We are trying to finish that task today, and tomorrow we are also having a meeting with elected representatives who will work on it.
Okay, so last bit, how is the situation in North Parur, and also with the exact death toll at that parish?
So there at Kunnathukuli, that is a place. There we have a total death toll of 6 reported so far.
That is confirmed.
Yesterday we recovered 4 bodies. Then day before yesterday it was 2 bodies. So that makes it 6. Now local people say that they are suspicious that 2 more bodies may be there. But we are doing it, but not been confirmed. So anyway, the activity is going on. So for the confirmed death is 6. So we have to see how it works out. the total confirmed deaths in the district in this particular flooding is 14.
14 months.
But we would have to look at the missing data. People will come up with missing people data, which we have to reconcile. People may find them in camps, and we have a system of identifying that. And then probably in a week or so, we'll get a confirmed figure. As of now, the official death confirmed total is 14.
14 in the district.
Yes.
And what about the rescue operations? Has a time come that we can call it off, or is it
Rescue operation at these two places. Rescue operation is technically over because there is no more threat to life. People over there are provided food, water, and all.
All have been evacuated.
Some people want to still come out, but our forces are trying to bring them out. But there is no threat to life.
That is which places?
Kunathapudi and Kunathapudi in Paravu and Puvathasheri in Parakadalu Panchayat in Angamali. Those are the two places where some people want to come out, but because of the road being blocked, it is not possible for us to do. We are trying to create a channel there. So this is what I would like to say, but otherwise now the focus is more on relief. Having said that, we are retaining the forces, defense forces also will be there until the state government decides to help us in whatever activities they can.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just explain the model.